Okay, so in question number 11, with the help of this given data, we have to construct the frequency distribution table by the given following cumulative frequency table. So, like I have discussed, so first we will convert it into the class intervals. So, how do we convert it? This actually is given as cumulative frequency. Okay. So, how do we decide first of all? First, we will write the upper limit of the first interval, and upper limit will be 4. Then, in order to write the lower limit, what we need? We need the range of the data. So, I will calculate the range. What is the range? We will subtract these consecutive values, 7 minus 4, that is 3. So, what is the lower limit? Lower limit will be how much? Upper limit, that is 4 minus 3, that is 1. So, this interval starts from 1 to 4. So, what will be the next interval? It will be 4 to 7, then 7 to 10, then 10 to 13, and 13 to 16. Okay. So, I have written the intervals now. First, I have calculated the range. Range was 3. Then, I have written the upper limit 4. And then subtracted the range from the upper limit. So, I got the lower limit. Now, I will write the frequency. Okay. From the cumulative frequency. So, below 4 means from 1 to 4 frequency is 0. Then below 7 means all the values that are less than 7. So, it includes both the intervals. So, I will write 85 minus 0. So, it is 85. Then below 10 means all the value below 10, that is these values as well as these values. So, it is 140 minus 85, that is 55. Then below 13 similarly, 243 minus 140, that is 103, and last is 300 minus 243, that is 57. So, this is my frequency table now. 0, 85, 55, 103 and 57. Now we will answer the questions. State the number of students in the age group 10 to 13. So 10 to 13, if you see, this is the age group. How many students are there? 103. State the age group which has the least number of students. So least number is obviously 0. So our answer is 1 to 4. Okay, so this is how you can convert this type of table into the grouped frequency table. Okay, next we will discuss how to make the histogram as well as frequency polygon. Okay, let's see how to construct a histogram first of all. So, in order to construct the histogram, so you have constructed the bar graph. So, in that bar graph, we need not to convert any interval into the exclusive or inclusive. But in case of the histogram, the first and foremost thing is your intervals should be in the exclusive form. If it is not given in the exclusive form, then you should convert the intervals from inclusive to exclusive form by the method that we have discussed by using the adjustment factor. After that, you can place this cumulative frequency on the x-axis, this class intervals on the x-axis, and these frequencies on the y-axis. And the scale chosen on both axes need not to be same. Okay, you can choose the different scales on the different axes. So suppose a question is there. Very first question we will discuss. We have to construct a bar graph. We have to construct a frequency polygon for the following distribution. So first of all, let's see how to construct the histogram. And with the help of the histogram, then we will try to construct the frequency polygon. So let's see how to construct the histogram. So first of all, what we will do, okay, so this is our axis, and this is, we already know it is 0. Then first interval starts from 0, so 0 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 12, 12 to 16, 16 to 20, like this. Then it is 4, 7, 10, 15, 11, 6. So what we can do, we can write it like this: 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and one more I am taking because we need 15 also. So this is 16. Okay. Now we will write the scale, and how to write the scale? On x-axis, you already knew this whole is consists of 10 divisions. A small box is there, so we can write 10 divisions equal to 4 units. Then on y-axis you can write the scale, and on y-axis I need the value of 1 unit. So how I will write? 10 divisions equal to 2 units. That means 5 division will give us 1 unit. Okay, so 1 unit we need at least. Now how do we plot histogram? So from 0 to 4, it is, frequency is 4. So this is 0 to 4. Okay. Then 4 to 8 is 7. So 7 will lie exactly midway between 6 and 8. This will be 7. So like this it will go. Then 8 to 12 is 10. So 10 is this. So this is 8 to 12. Then 12 to 16 is 15. So where will be 15? 15 will be here midway between 14 and 16. So this is, then 16 to 20 is 11. So 11 will be here. So this is 11. And 20 to 24 is 6. So this is 6. Okay. So now our histogram is complete. So this is how you can construct the histogram. So one and most foremost thing is, whenever you construct the histogram, what we need the exclusive interval. Now next is how to construct the frequency polygon. Okay, so we can construct the frequency polygon for any type of interval, whether it is inclusive or exclusive, but few steps are mandatory since it is a polygon. So it should be the closed figure. So first thing is, we have to insert one interval before first interval and one interval in end. Okay, we have to insert one interval here and one interval here. Then second is, we have to calculate the class marks of individual intervals. Okay, so whenever you want to construct the frequency polygon, you need to calculate the class marks for individual interval. So suppose I am having this data only, and with the help of this data I have to construct the frequency polygon using the histogram. Then how I will construct? So few things will be changed in this. What I need one interval in the beginning and one interval in the starting. So what I am going to do, so after 20 to 24, next will be 24 to 28. Okay, this is one interval at the end, and since it is not given, so its frequency we have to take 0, and one interval I will take in the beginning, and it will end at 0, and it should start from -4, and again its frequency will be 0. So now this is my data to construct the frequency polygon. Okay, one interval here and one interval here we have to insert. The next thing is that we need to do, we will do the things like this only, like we have done. So let's see. So suppose this is 0, this is -4, this is 0, this is 4, let this is 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and one more we will add here, 28. Okay, so these two are the values that I have marked in blue are the extra interval, and this is the 0. Then on y-axis we will mark like same we have marked for making the histogram. So let this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So our scale will remain the same. 10 divisions equal to 4 units and 5 division equal to 1 unit. Then in order to construct the frequency polygon using the histogram, first we have to construct the histogram. So this was our histogram. And so this is our histogram. Then what we are going to do, we are going to mark the midpoints of the histogram. So if you see carefully, it will be its midpoint exactly in the middle. Then one midpoint here, one here, and one midpoint is here, one midpoint here, exactly in the middle. Okay, this is the middle value of all the intervals. So exactly in the middle. So this is the benefit of having the exclusive interval. You no need to just find the midpoint, you will get it immediately in the exactly in the middle. Then next what we are going to do, we are going to join it using the scale like this. Okay, so 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, 6 and 7. So this is our frequency polygon using the histogram. You simply join these midpoints using the scale and you will get a frequency polygon. Okay, so this is how you can construct a frequency polygon using the histogram. And if you don't want to use the histogram,